Jackman. He is a global retail expert and the CEO of Jackman Reinvests. Great to have you on the program, Joe. We hope you and your family are doing well. Talk to us about where the economy is at right now, of course, and there is this push, this concern about reopening the economy, doing it quickly, but as we're hearing, of course, from officials, needing to make sure that they're taking all the proper measures in place. But your thoughts here on where we stand?
Well, the crisis, as we can see, is inching its way forward. And as we get the first look at plans to reopen, we also have business leaders, both large and small, thinking about how to come out of this as strongly as possible. And that economically, the crisis has been devastating. Bigger businesses tend to have the advantage of deeper pockets, a little more wherewithal. Smaller businesses, are really getting a crash course in liquidity management, is the way we think about it. But now, just this moment, I think, in the last few days, people are starting to say, okay, it's happened to us. We've done what we need to do to just survive. Now, how do we come out of this really, really strongly and clearly? And there's a lot of opportunity there.
A lot of opportunity, but it is going to look different, though. It won't be just a matter of being able to open up your business and have people come in. So your thoughts on how the businesses are going to have to adapt as we try to eventually get back to the normal that we're all used to. What kinds of changes do you anticipate businesses will have to make?
Well, we've just concluded some research, and what it indicates is that while for a period of time, some weeks, there was the suspension almost of expectations, like we expect as customers that things won't be perfect. This is a crisis for us as well as for the businesses we buy from. But now we're seeing the return of expectations, and what it's centered on is health and wellness. How are you as a retailer or a service provider demonstrating to me, the customer, that you have both my and your employees' health front and center? And it's not enough to, our advice to business, it's not enough to make changes so that, for example, hygiene regimens and so on are stronger and more appropriate. You also need to demonstrate that that's the case, because customers that are guessing will conclude, I guess they're not as organized.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, there's that concern as we eventually try to physically mingle. What about e-commerce and online? Are we going to see a huge boom in that? We're seeing that sort of the direction to go, of course, if you're shopping for anything. But your thoughts on sort of the future there as we, sift through this pandemic?
Well, evidence already suggests that we are crossing some kind of Rubicon towards greater penetration of e-commerce sales and certainly direct delivery. And if you think about it, you know how important product trial is in new product launch and marketing. Well, we've just experienced the largest trial in history of customers being forced to go online to buy things that perhaps they haven't before, or they stuck in one category and now we're experimenting in others. So we expect that to stick. And in fact, that's what research is saying.
It's interesting you say that, because we're seeing that with car retailers as well, in the auto industry, buying online. Well, we'll see how things end up going. Joe Jackman, a global retail expert, as well as CEO of Jackman Reinvests. Great to have you on the program, Joe. Appreciate the conversation. You and your family stay well.
Thanks, Angie. Bye.